Here are some highlights for my career as a Jewish American actress. A jaw. I read for a commercial, which I knew I would book because I had worked with the director, Stu Lefkowitz, before, and he was looking for an Annie Korzen type. Sure thing, right? I did not get the job. Stu Lefkowitz hired a perky little blonde. I am too Jewish to play myself. When they film the story of my life, my role will go to Reese Witherspoon. Then I go to this TV audition. Hi, good morning, I'm Annie Korzen. I'm here to read for the role of the history professor. And the casting assistant thinks she's being cute and goes, okay, darling, welcome, have a seat, enjoy. Now, I get this all the time, but this young woman happens to be Chinese. I mean, what would she think if I went, oh, thank you, how your family? Another time, my agent submits me for a movie, but the director, Harold Slamansky, won't see me because he feels I am too Jewish. I get this all the time, but this is for the role of a rabbi. Slamansky explained to the casting director he's not seeing any Jewish actresses because he wants to make sure that the character is likable. Let's face it, the only good news for Jewish women in the last century was William Jefferson Clinton. Think about it. He risked his career, his marriage, and the stability of the United States government, all for a sexual obsession with a dark-haired, Zoftig Jewish girl. For this alone, he gets my vote. So one night, I go to this little theater where TV comedy writers read humorous essays. And a guy did a piece about a whiny mieskite, which is Yiddish for ugly person. And the piece was called The Little Jap That Could. Jap meaning Jewish American princess. And he reads the ugly, whiny little Jap's letters home from summer camp. I'm fine. What is going on? Should I stop? Should I? All right, I'll just keep going and we won't pay attention to it, right? Because this is too good to miss, right? So he reads the ugly, whiny little Jap's letters home from camp. I'm finally down to a size 1, but these uniforms are lacking in flair, and the counselors are really strict. Whatever. And the big joke is, the ugly little Jap is Anne Frank, and the camp is Auschwitz. Get it? Now, call me prissy, but this material does not tickle my funny bone. He continues, that train ride really sucked. No air conditioning, and we couldn't get near the bar car. Fortunately, it was an express. Arts and crafts is so boring. All we do is take gold out of teeth. And the scariest part is the audience is laughing. I just want to get up and run out, but I'm stuck up in a corner, and then I hear these weird words, and it takes a moment before I realize that they're coming out of my mouth. This isn't funny. Get off the stage. You're an abomination. Abomination? Where did that come from? I didn't even know I knew that word. It's so biblical. The show stops. I get angry stares from the audience. Nobody backs me up. And the comic finishes his act to rousing applause. The next day, I call my friend Howard in New York. Anne Frank, I'm nauseous. Nauseous. But don't you worry. Everything that comes around goes around. And that little putz has given himself a shitload of bad karma. I know Howard means well, but I don't really buy into that karma crap. A lot of evil is not only unpunished, but rewarded. Donald Trump is worth $4.5 billion. That didn't get a laugh. Gee. I'm so depressed about the whole experience that I medicate myself by going to bed for a week and watching Frasier reruns. Much to my surprise, the producers of the show invited me to come back and give a talk about what went on in my head that night, explaining my behavior. Now, you may wonder why I would even consider going back to that place. That's because you're not a performer. Someone is giving me a chance to take center stage. I will be charming and witty and funny and poignant, and everybody will love me and agree with my point of view. Not quite. When the word of my scheduled appearance got out, I started getting emails from the comic and his buddies, and there's nobody angrier than an angry comic. You will be forced off stage in the ugliest way possible, you fascist crone. You will die bitter and alone, you humorless hag. I'd like to kick you in your withered cunt. And then the messages start to get nasty. You are the living personification of why Jewish men have contempt for Jewish women. Oh, great. So now it's all my fault. What should I do? Should I cancel? I mean, I am not a brave person. I am afraid of just about everything. You see a beach, I see a shark attack. You see a pimple, I see melanoma. All I've ever wanted is for everyone I love to just stay in the house. Because it's a dangerous world out there. What have I gotten myself into? I finally decided that in spite of the threats, I would indeed re-enter the lion's den. I may be a scaredy cat, but I'm also a stubborn bitch, and I did not want to let the bad guys win. I couldn't sleep or eat for weeks leading up to the event, which was a good thing because I lost some weight. And we got extra police patrol in case of a disturbance, and the theater placed a big burly bodyguard on the side of the stage. Don't you just love showbiz? I spoke. I told them that I believe comedy is an art, and art is supposed to make you feel good about being alive. And that comics piece made me want to kill myself. And then I revealed that my family is distantly related to Anne Frank. This was a total lie, but who gives a fuck? Some people applauded, others still accused me of censorship. I don't really think I changed anybody's mind, but the good news is I did not get beaten up. I don't know if Howard was right about that karma crap. I don't know if that comic died a hideous and untimely death. Deep in the recesses of my heart, I like to think so. But the night I presented my case was the first night I ever participated in a spoken word event. I've done it countless times since, and this format has provided my most powerful and satisfying and profitable creative outlet. So who knows? maybe that was my karma. Or maybe sometimes there's a reward if you're dumb enough to stand up and speak out. Thank you.